some lessons I got, one lesson from one of my clients is their kids, they go to the market every Saturday. Their kids each get $10. So they can spend it however they want. If they want to buy a $9 smoothie or however they want to do it, but like that's all they get. And so they're around the same age and they've been doing this for a couple of years now. And so now they'll go around to all the vendors, ask prices, and then they'll come back and they give them the example of the kids working together like, well, the smoothie's pretty big, so maybe we could get the smoothie and split that, and then we could get like the big donut or whatever, and we could split that, and we'll still have some money left over for next week for a bigger purchase. So they've just like learned to get creative and how they make that money go further. And sometimes they'll hold on to it so that if there's something they want to buy like a week later. So anyway, just starting to experiment with some different ideas like that as well.
Yeah, no, that's actually really cool. So, because what I see there is you've got practical things that you're doing, right? They've got a piggy bank, right? Or these clients that you have, like you get X amount of money and you go and you've got to spend your own money, but then that forces them right away to now have to make choices, right? And then that opens up this idea of the conversation and gets them thinking about things without them. So you're teaching them something. You're teaching them two things, I think, at least two. You're teaching them to assess and start to money only goes so far, and I've got to decide what matters to me and how I'm going to spend it without them actually realizing that's what you're doing. But you're also teaching them to talk to you about money, right? And to have these conversations, which I think is going to pay huge dividends as they get older and their lives become more and more complicated, and they've got more and more things to discuss about money and more things they have to make choices about. And having parents that they trust, that they are comfortable talking about money with, I think is super valuable. So that's really cool. And it's cool how it just all fits together kind of naturally, it seems like.
Yeah, I think that's a good point also about just being open to talking about money and creating that as like a normal thing early on.
Thanks for watching. If you want to check out the full conversation, hit the link below to subscribe and get new episodes of the FI for Kids podcast every Thursday.